If I was building a startup from scratch, here's how I would position it to get venture funding. This is the roadmap that I would use. It would ensure that I'm not wasting my time or VC's. First off, you're going to need an idea, and ideally $1 billion startup idea, or it's not going to be interesting enough to a venture firm to actually give you money. In the areas that I would be looking at during this AI revolution is vertical AI SaaS and also consumer. Vertical AI because once you get in, you kind of can build up a really strong moat. For example, a company I previously invested in, Palace, is building vertical AI SaaS for private equity firms. And consumer because you can use social media to scale growth and build community much easier. Once you have a strong idea, you're going to do two things in tandem. You're going to market on social media, meaning you are going to be the free marketing funnel. We're not focusing on paid ads. We're not focusing on paying creators. You're going to become the creator. I would create a social media page in the niche that I'm trying to build in, and I would market my ass off. Even if I'm pre-product, I'd have a landing page up. But while you're also marketing that, you are going to build the first version of your app. You're going to vibe code it using Lovable, using Bolt, any other vibe coding tool, vibe code the first version of your app. You're going to put a paywall on it and you're going to start accepting payments. This is important because the investor landscape is changing. You're not going to be able to walk into any VC office with no background and no pedigree and get them to give you millions of dollars for an idea that can be vibe coded at least in the first version. So I would vibe code and market my ass off, get the first version of the app running and start generating revenue. Once you've generated some money, it could be a couple of $1,000s. I would start reaching out and trying to find a strategic angel investor, because not only are they going to be your first check, they're going to also be your warm intro into VC funds and startup accelerators. Once you've generated revenue with this idea and you have a strong angel investor as your first check backing this project, you can then start doing some VC outreach. You have enough of a signal to show that, hey, there's a market for this product. You have strong enough backing from someone who has done it previously and has domain expertise to say, hey, this founder is actually good. Even though they don't come from the special glitzy and glammy background, I've vetted them, I've invested in them, I know they are a beast. All of the things leading up to the VC outreach and intros is basically you setting the table of your resume so you are a more compelling founder when they see you. And if you can do all of those things, you might not even need to do outreach. The VCs might start calling you.